I'm beating the deceitful till I feel a piece of peace equal to being grateful. Still have my eyes wide, dissecting the pride that I hide. How can it stop? My whining, I sound like a dying cat, distracted by lying to stop being abstract. The whack-lack talking about facts. I try to stack rhymes back to back to attack the disgusting capability of ignorance affecting my stability, and trusting my gut in situations, asking many questions about tranquility. Seriously debating if the hate was given to waste a life living in negativity. I'm positively over that shit. No days are a waste. If I make it okay, yay for me to be better in a moral way, not stay bored of clarity. The fairy tale told us every day to be complacent with a certain type of face on a dollar bill that has no other option than being called on when needed. Are you living in freedom? A place to lay when everything gets heated, or do you fight it? The quickest sight of free to your mind from boredom's not new what I'm talking about. Doom called it the 3 laws of motion, and hopes we got it by finding something to give our devotion, to face what we go through in objects or subjects with a force akin to mastering time's acceleration on interactions that give and get the same magnitude. Searching for gratitude to maybe be able to fix my attitude from how I ridiculed myself for years, fearing what I heard from peers would eventually habitually limit speaking my mind. I mastered my aptitude, assuming issuing platitude of attitudes eludes the cured need to be. Searching for gratitude to maybe be able to fix my attitude from how I ridiculed myself for years, fearing what I heard from peers would eventually habitually limit speaking my mind. I mastered my aptitude, assuming issuing platitude of attitudes eludes the cured need to be. Sitting on a bench, limiting my sense of self, hitting the pen to the page to wage a stage of war against worrying, spurring words in this brain to stop the stain of lame-ass songs I used to play. To say I have past expectations, I didn't. It only allowed increased intensity on outside influences, not inspecting the important impacts of implementing my talent rather than objective lifestyle. I'm subject to subjective lyrics to implement an imperative perspective of what a lack of personality attacks every person to think irrational actions, mask the imperfections, impose to pose a threat, to propose a prosperous probability, unwillingly accepting he's lost, preparing to be stuck, still dreaming, seething about not experiencing meaningful progress. The beginning of begging became the longevity of bettering, to only be trying when it's not challenging the capability that isn't my intention, or even in my imagination, to be disgraceful, wasteful of this chance I've got to imagine a life I'd like to lead. To see less weeping sessions, the sensation of being weak is leaving my body with every sentence. Searching for gratitude to maybe be able to fix my attitude from how I ridiculed myself for years, fearing what I heard from peers would eventually habitually limit speaking my mind. I mastered my aptitude, assuming issuing platitude of attitudes eludes the cured need to be. Searching for gratitude to maybe be able to fix my attitude from how I ridiculed myself for years, fearing what I heard from peers would eventually habitually limit speaking my mind. I mastered my aptitude, assuming issuing platitude of attitudes eludes the cured need to be. Relentlessly tense, fencing sediment to score a hit and face the emphasis to be more than a pathetic person practicing empathetic behavior just for a favor to savor as if the savior of the conversation, a degenerate, depending on depression to generate a genuine appreciation than the wind. I've been conditioning my concentration to continue conceptually painting my worst self as a conspiracy, lacking certain attributes to gain experiences, to attain peace of mind. I've tried to explain the space of lies I'm surrounded by, like flies hounding a carcass. The swarm of narcissistic thoughts itch, holding a compass to not pass signs, careless or let stress mess my independence from gathering dependence on others' intelligence, building a fence, since enemies love disparities, opposite identity of solidarity, barbarity melodies to emasculate sincerities, when we should all be making memories with serenity, instead it's legacies with jealousies and felonies, the recipe of opportunities opposing truths for prosperities.